In a few moments, I'm going to show you examples of e-shots that every single care home should be sending out to its community. And importantly, it's what I call its influencers and those who are basically providing you and referring residents to you on an ongoing basis. And of course, you know who that is. That's your commissioners, social workers, GPs, hospital discharge teams, and all other healthcare and local authority professionals who are involved in that process of referring you residents and essentially, to be blunt, helping keep your care home business thriving. As I said, in a moment, I'm going to show you some examples. But I must confess, and I speak to a lot of care homes, a lot of single care homes and groups, and I am shocked at how little individual care homes, that's a single care home, is communicating, celebrating their good news, and staying in touch with, as I say, what I call their influencers, their stakeholders, and those who are supporting their business in a key financial referral partnership. And the beauty of one solution is very easy to implement a solution. And this solution is just making sure that all those, as I say, VIPs, influencers, and that includes journalists as well. And it could include all financial advisors in your area. It could include all solicitors and lawyers and those who may be, for example, having contact with families, those important people in the communities, perhaps even certain business owners. And also, of course, your charities, your elderly related charities, such as dementia charities, those people who are really influencers and stakeholders for any one of your care homes. And you should be sending them, in fact, any business is doing this and should be doing this, is sending emails out to those people who are important to them, their former, in this case, former resident families, or even prospective families. And I'll come to that in a moment. And but here's some examples. I'm just going to increase the size of my screen so you can see these, as you can see here. But this is a nice example, and it's an e-shot, an email that is not, you're not selling or marketing anything. You are essentially just telling those who you are distributing your e-shot to of all the great things that are going on in your care home. And it's personalized. It's coming from, in this case, a named manager with some nice photos. And you can see it's human, it's engaging, and it's just mentioning some of the things that are going on at the care home with some nice photos. There's one example. I scroll down to another one here. Again, a message from the manager. It's personalized. Details of a fair that's happening. This obviously happened during the Football World Cup. So some pictures of what residents are doing. And just another example here. This is actually just after COVID, that's correct. And again, that you can see the nice photos and snippets of good news stories that are emanating from the care home. So those are some examples. The key aspect of these e-shots is that, again, let me just zoom in here, they are personalized. When you're thinking about doing these e-shots, the first thing that you have to do is create a database of those emails. So that it should include every single healthcare professional you know and is involved with the home. And then also perhaps collating a database of other professionals who you know of out there. You've just not got their contact details. And these are professionals. They are publicly contactable, and for GDPR purposes, in your interest, It's a public interest. It's in the interest of you working with your partners. So that's why you're sending them emails. So in fact, you can be covered by GDPR by putting them into your email database and explaining why they're in that email database, because you are sending them an email because they are local to you, their local care home, and you are sending them emails because you believe they would like to know what's going on in their local care home. And of course, they can unsubscribe at any time. So this database is important and you should build it up over time. Now, to get started, it doesn't matter if you've got 50, get started, because that email database is going to be collated and built over time. And you are sending this e-shot once every month, once every 2 months. The most important thing is it becomes a pattern, a habit of what you do to help get the word out there to the most important people in your community about your great care home. Now, care homes are part of their communities and disseminate what the good news stories coming out of your care homes to those communities. Again, they are referring clients to you. That word of mouth reputation is so important for you. This is just another way of amplifying that word of mouth reputation via these e-shots to those individuals in your communities who are most important to you, which is why I say include your journalists on this e-shot. When we have sent e-shots such as this to journalists, sometimes they will reply and say, that looks a great story, which we'd like to cover it in our outlet, in our newspaper or radio, whatever it may be. So that's another positive benefit you can get from sending out these e-shots to journalists. As I said, councillors, MPs, they all go into this e-shot. And you want to make it as relevant and as large as possible. Why? Because you want to disseminate that word of mouth reputation of your care home. Now, do they get read? Yes, they do. We send many of these kinds of e-shots on behalf of care homes. And yes, they get open rates. We have seen open rates. Just so you're clear here, you can send them out individually, emails. I wouldn't do that. I would use something like MailChimp, which is it's not free anymore, but you will have to pay. But it's very efficient, very easy to use once you get the hang of it. And you will be sending out these e-shots. Again, remember, it's personalized. Don't say hi. Yeah. Remember, you're inputting that email database. You know that first person's name. So make sure that email is, as you see here, is addressed to a first name person. It's a personalized touch. And do it like this and do emails like this. You will see, as I say, open rates 50% plus. We have seen it. And I can tell you now, e-shots going out with an open rate of 50% plus is massive. Now, also, we will find people responding to these emails. They like to know what's going on. So not only they're opening it, they will often respond. And again, this is a positive indication to you that people are seeing and reading these e-shots you are sending out to. And let me repeat, because they are going out to those most important people, those commissioners, healthcare professionals, GPs, heads of the GP surgeries, for example. And these are the most important. These are the most important influencers for you, which is why they should be getting these emails from you. And yes, you are going to get some unsubscribed. It happens. Any business, any organization that runs e-shots gets people unsubscribing. Don't worry if that happens. It happens. So one final point I want to make on these e-shots is that you want to make sure that every single family who inquires goes into these e-shots, into this database. Now, even if that we know that actually the time it takes for a family to think about a care home to their family member being admitted can be 6 weeks, can be longer, between 5-6 weeks, I think it is on average. It can be longer. Some people, it is a whole lot longer. Some people may reach out to you as a care home when they're just thinking about the possibilities, they're not really at that stage yet. That's the time to make sure that they are in this email database, because then they will be getting regular emails from you. Nice, pleasant, uplifting emails such as this, which I promise you, yeah, no other care homes in your catchment area will be doing, which immediately puts you front of mind for that family member. This is just another way that can make your care home different and stand out to other care homes in your area. As I say, can promise you with almost a certain guarantee that if you're watching this video and watching me talking about these e-shots, no other care homes in your catchment areas will be doing it. So that's an additional opportunity for you. So hope that is of use and of help to you. If you've got any questions on this, please just put them in comments. I'll happily answer any particular comments. If you like this video, please make sure you go and check out some other videos and give us a like and a subscribe, because then you will not miss any other videos like it. And I hope that helps.